Did you know that over 60% of high blood pressure cases in people over 60 are only discovered after they've already caused serious damage to the body? And the worst part, many times, the signs were there all along. But they were so subtle, so silent, that people just thought it was a little headache, normal fatigue, or a passing discomfort. But it wasn't. It was the body begging for help. It was the pressure rising and danger closing in. Have you ever woken up with a strange headache, stronger than usual? Felt dizzy when getting out of bed, or had blurry vision for a few seconds out of nowhere? Or maybe that ringing in your ears that just won't go away, like a constant buzzing following you around? It might seem like nothing, but what if these symptoms are actually a warning that your blood pressure is out of control? What if it's the beginning of a problem that could affect your heart, your memory, your independence, and even your life? Before we get started, drop a comment below and tell us, where are you watching this video from? We love seeing how far our messages are reaching. And don't forget to subscribe to the Age with Strength channel, bringing you simple, reliable, and powerful tips to help you live with more health, energy, and freedom after 60. And an important note, this video is for informational purposes only. It does not replace a medical consultation. If you notice any of the symptoms mentioned here, please seek out a trusted healthcare professional. Today, we're revealing the 6 silent symptoms of high blood pressure that most people completely ignore until it's too late. And the scariest part, symptom number 1 is the most common among older adults, and also the most underestimated. So stick with me until the end, because understanding these signs could literally save your life, or the life of someone you love. Silent symptom 6, persistent morning headaches. Up with an annoying headache right at the back of your head or the top, and thought, must be the pillow. Probably just slept wrong. But what if that seemingly harmless pain is actually hiding something much more serious? During the night when you're asleep, your body should be in recovery mode. Blood pressure usually drops during this time, which is a good thing. But in people with uncontrolled hypertension, the opposite happens. Blood pressure actually rises during the night, especially in the early morning hours. And when you wake up, your body is still under this silent attack. The result? Headaches, a heavy feeling, and even neck stiffness. According to the American Heart Association, this type of headache often shows up between 5 and 8 a.m., and it's one of the classic signs of uncontrolled high blood pressure, especially in people over 60. Unfortunately, this is one of the most ignored symptoms. Many people just pop a painkiller and go about their day like nothing happened. But ignoring this kind of headache, especially if it's frequent, can be as dangerous as ignoring a leak at home until it floods the entire place. If you wake up with a headache more than 2 or 3 times a week, don't brush it off as just getting older. It's not normal. It's a sign, a warning, your body asking for help. Here's a simple tip. Check your blood pressure in the early morning hours. Right after waking up, before getting out of bed or having coffee, if it's consistently above 135/85, take it as a red flag. Natural complementary solution. You can talk to your doctor about natural ways to support your treatment, like drinking calming herbal teas at night, such as chamomile with olive leaves, which help regulate blood pressure during sleep. But remember, never stop or replace your medication. Without medical guidance, that morning headache could be the first whisper of uncontrolled high blood pressure, and the next symptom might be even more dangerous. Symptom 5, dizziness and feeling off balance. Have you ever gotten out of bed and felt the world spin for a moment, or had that weird sensation of being off balance while walking, like the ground is soft, or your body just isn't responding the way it should? These mild dizzy spells, especially when changing positions quickly, can be silent signs of unstable blood pressure. And we're not talking about classic vertigo or inner ear issues like labyrinthitis. We're talking about a circulation mismatch. When your blood pressure is spiking or fluctuating out of control, why is this dangerous? That unsteady feeling isn't just annoying, it's a serious risk factor for falls in older adults. According to the U.S. National Institutes of Health, over 70% of falls in people over 65 are linked to blood pressure changes, and a fall at that age can start a chain reaction: fractures, hospitalization, loss of mobility, and even loss of independence. What causes this dizziness? When your blood pressure rises uncontrollably, blood flow to the brain can become uneven. It's like your body's electrical signal flickers for a few seconds. You feel switched off, weak, disoriented. Another common factor is postural hypotension. When your blood pressure drops suddenly as you stand up, this happens more often in people with high blood pressure who are taking the wrong medication or using doses that aren't adjusted for their age. Practical tips to minimize the symptom. Get up slowly. When you wake up, sit on the edge of the bed for at least 30 seconds before standing. This gives your body time to adjust circulation. Drink water first thing in the morning. Mild dehydration is common in older adults and can worsen dizziness. A glass of water in the morning helps stabilize blood pressure. Avoid crossing your legs for long periods. This habit reduces blood flow to your lower limbs and can cause dizziness when you uncross them. Add light balance activities to your routine. Simple exercises like standing on one foot for 10 seconds with support or walking in a straight line at home help train your brain's balance response. Use compression socks if recommended by your doctor. They help maintain venous return, especially in people with varicose veins or heavy legs. Important reminder, dizziness is not just part of getting older, and it's not something to brush off. It's your body warning you that something is out of balance. If it happens often, see your doctor and ask for a blood pressure check and a medication review too. Next up, we'll talk about a symptom most people would never expect to be related to high blood pressure, and it shows up in your eyes. Silent symptom for blurry vision or floaters. Have you ever suddenly noticed your vision becoming blurry? Or seen little floating specks like tiny bugs flying across your eyes? Or maybe the light felt too intense, or colors looked kind of washed out. If this happens to you, even if it goes away after a few minutes, it might be more than just eye strain. It could be one of the silent symptoms of high blood pressure, and one of the most dangerous for both your vision and your brain. What's happening inside? Your body high blood pressure doesn't only affect the heart and kidneys, it impacts your eyes too. In the back of your eye, there's a structure called the retina. It's what captures light and turns it into images. The retina is supplied by very thin, delicate blood vessels, almost like tiny threads. When your blood pressure stays high for too long, those vessels are under constant internal pressure. Like a thin pipe with too much water flowing through, over time they start to narrow, twist, and even burst. This process is called hypertensive retinopathy. And the worst part? It doesn't hurt. It doesn't itch. It doesn't bother you until your vision starts to fade. Early warning signs: intermittent blurry vision glare or sensitivity to light, especially at night, dark spots, or flashes of light trouble. Quickly focusing between near and far objects. Many people rush to get new glasses, thinking their prescription just changed. But the problem might be far beyond the lens. If high blood pressure stays uncontrolled, the damage can become irreversible. You could lose part of your vision, or even go completely blind in one eye. And there's more. These visual changes could be the first sign that a stroke is on the way. Practical tips to protect your vision and check your blood pressure regularly, even if you feel fine. Vision is one of the last areas to show symptoms, and when it does, it's usually a sign the body is already under serious stress. Get a retinal exam every 6 months if you have high blood pressure. A good eye doctor can spot early signs of damage caused by hypertension. Include foods rich in lutein, zeaxanthin, and omega-3 in your diet, like kale, egg yolks, flaxseed, and sardines. These help protect the tiny blood vessels in your retina. Avoid prolonged exposure to bright light like screens or strong sunlight without proper protection. Use glasses with UVA/UVB protection and take regular screen breaks. Get good sleep. Nighttime rest helps regulate blood pressure and reduces oxidative stress on your eyes. If your eyes are trying to tell you something, listen. Don't wait for vision loss to appreciate your sight. High blood pressure may be invisible, but its effects definitely aren't single quotes. And now, let's talk about an even more unexpected symptom. It shows up in your ears, and almost no one connects it to hypertension. Silent symptom 3, ringing in the ears, tinnitus. Have you ever heard a buzzing or ringing in your ears, even when everything around you is completely quiet? A hiss, a whistle, a high-pitched tone that comes out of nowhere and just won't stop. Many people over 60 live with this annoying sensation and assume it's just part of aging or a hearing problem. Most people don't realize is that this ringing can be a hidden sign of uncontrolled high blood pressure. What's happening inside your body, inside your ear? There's a structure called the cochlea, responsible for turning sound into nerve signals. It's highly vascularized, fed by ultra-thin blood vessels, similar to those in the retina. When your blood pressure is elevated, these vessels are under constant tension. The blood flow becomes more turbulent, and your auditory system may begin to perceive that flow as sound. It's as if you're hearing your blood rushing under pressure inside your head. Most common effects: constant or intermittent high-pitched hiss in sync with your heartbeat, louder ringing at night when everything is quiet, difficulty concentrating or falling asleep because of the sound. Why this happens: tinnitus. Linked to hypertension is caused by microvascular inflammation and altered blood flow in the brain and auditory system. In some cases, it comes with other symptoms like headaches, blurry vision, or a sensation of pressure in the head. In others, it appears on its own as the only warning sign that something is wrong with your circulation. When is tinnitus a red flag? If you've been diagnosed with high blood pressure and you start experiencing more frequent ringing, especially if it shows up along with dizziness or blurred vision, it's time to see your doctor. Tinnitus can also be a warning sign. Before serious events like a hypertensive spike or even a stroke, practical tips to reduce tinnitus and control blood pressure: cut back on salt, caffeine, and alcohol. These worsen circulation in the ears and can increase blood pressure. Practice calming breathing exercises. Diaphragmatic breathing helps relax the nervous system and ease pressure in the auditory system. Stay hydrated throughout the day. This prevents blood from thickening and improves flow through the tiny capillaries in the ears. Avoid constant use of headphones or loud environments. Even if the tinnitus isn't caused by hearing damage, your ears still need rest. Add magnesium and potassium-rich foods to your diet, like bananas, avocados, spinach, and pumpkin seeds. They help regulate your nervous system and support healthy circulation. Tinnitus is like an inner whisper, a reminder that your body is trying to tell you something's out of balance. Ignoring that sound could cost you not just your hearing, but your heart and brain as well. And speaking of silent warnings, the next symptom affects something we only truly value when it starts to slip away: our breath. Silent symptom 2. Shortness of breath during simple tasks. Have you ever gone up a flight of stairs and had to stop halfway to catch your breath? Or noticed that walking a bit faster, or even just talking too much, leaves you gasping for air? This kind of fatigue might seem like a normal part of aging, but if it comes on without a clear reason and is paired with a racing heart or a feeling of tightness in the chest, it could be a strong sign that your blood pressure is out of control and your heart is under serious strain. What's happening? Inside your body, the heart is a pump that has to work against the pressure of the blood it sends through your body. When that pressure is high, it's like trying to push thick liquid through a narrow pipe constantly. That's exhausting. It overworks the heart muscle, and worse, it hinders the transport of oxygen to your lungs and muscles. The result? You start feeling short of breath doing everyday tasks like walking, climbing stairs, or even sweeping the floor. The most common mistake: many people over 60 think this fatigue is just due to being out of shape, or that it's simply part of aging. But when shortness of breath appears without intense effort, or starts to get worse, it can be a silent sign of chronic hypertension, or even early-stage heart failure. Warning signs: getting tired after climbing just a few steps, needing to stop. While walking, feeling heaviness in the chest. While talking too much, hollow, fast, or irregular breathing, mild swelling in the feet. At the end of the day, another sign of poor circulation. Practical tips to ease the symptom and support blood pressure health: start your day with light stretching and deep breathing. This activates your heart and lungs without putting stress on them. Avoid physical exertion right after meals. Digestion already puts a demand on the heart. Adding physical effort can trigger shortness of breath. Include light walks in your daily routine. Even just 10 to 15 minutes a day can significantly improve circulation and help regulate blood pressure. Cut back on processed and packaged foods. They cause fluid retention and make the heart work harder. Avoid stuffy or overly hot environments. Heat naturally raises blood pressure and makes breathing more difficult. Even mild shortness of breath should never be ignored. It's your body's way of signaling that your heart is under strain, and the sooner you catch it, the better your chances of reversing it and avoiding serious complications. And now, we've reached silent symptom number 1. It's the most common, the most overlooked, and it could mean your body is under constant internal stress, triggered by high blood pressure. Silent symptom 1. Irritability and anxiety. Without a clear reason, have you been feeling more irritable than usual? Like little things are setting you off, and even you find yourself wondering, why am I so impatient today? Or felt that unsettling sense of anxiety, a racing heart, or restlessness, even when nothing seems wrong? Well, here's the thing. It might not just be nerves, and it's definitely not just getting older. It could be your body reacting to the internal stress of high blood pressure. Hypertension affects more than just blood vessels. It causes direct changes in hormones linked to stress, anxiety, and emotional balance like cortisol and adrenaline. It's as if your body is stuck in a constant state of alert, and that affects your mood, your sleep, your focus, and how you interact with others. This quiet tension can lead to unusual irritability, impatience with family members overreacting, too small concerns, difficulty relaxing, even at home, emotional outbursts you can't explain afterward. The vicious cycle, the real danger, is that it becomes a cycle. High blood pressure causes anxiety, gives anxiety, worsens blood pressure gives, and the body starts to burn out. It's like keeping a car engine revving while it's parked. Eventually, the engine overheats, and that's when heart complications start to show up. According to a study from Harvard Medical School, adults with hypertension are twice as likely to experience chronic anxiety symptoms compared to those with normal blood pressure. And in older adults, this is even more serious, since the nervous system naturally becomes more sensitive with age. Practical tips to control irritability and lower blood pressure practice: the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Do this 3 times a day. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which naturally brings your blood pressure down. Avoid too much negative news or stressful shows. They fuel anxiety and trigger stress hormones. Add calming foods to your diet like passion fruit, oats, lavender tea, and flaxseed oil. A single bad night can raise your blood pressure for up to 48 hours. Sleep is non-negotiable for your health. Talk it out. Don't keep everything bottled up. Talking to friends, family, or even a therapist can release emotional pressure that only makes hypertension worse. That unexplained irritability, that anxiety that seems to come out of nowhere, might be more than just emotions. They could be your body's silent cries, struggling against pressure that's slipping out of control. Listening to that warning might be the first step toward restoring balance, lightness, and the peace you truly deserve every single day. High blood pressure is sneaky. It doesn't scream, it doesn't hurt, and most of the time, it doesn't warn you until it causes a heart attack, a stroke, or the loss of your independence. But if you've learned anything from this video, let it be this: you have a choice. You can take care of yourself, pay attention to your body, and adopt small changes that make a huge difference. You're not alone on this journey. And with the right information, guidance, and mindset, you can live with more energy, clarity, and freedom well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Now tell me, have you experienced any of these symptoms? Did you think they were just normal, but now see them in a different light? Share your story with us in the comments. It could help someone else take better care of themselves, too. And by the way, did you know there are safe, natural, and affordable ways to lower your blood pressure, sleep, better improve digestion, and even help manage diabetes? If you're looking for a more natural and effective way to take care of your health, check out the Natural Healing Guide ebook. It brings together the best of natural medicine with straight-to-the-point tips on teas, herbs, oils, foods, and practical solutions. The link is in the first pinned comment below this video. Don't miss it. And if this content was helpful for you, hit that subscribe button now on the Age with Strength channel.